Today I'm sharing a card full of texture and shine and wreath goodness. This also features a new die set from me, so to see this card come together, stick around. That video is coming up next. Here's a look at the products I'll be creating with today, and this is the Just Saying stamp set that I designed. And the idea behind this was, you know how sometimes when you say, I'm just saying, it's kind of a negative twist? I wanted to make it more positive. So like, I think you're pretty great. You've always been fabulous. You age like a fine wine. I will always have your back. You have always been an original. Just saying. Get it? Like that? Anyway, the cool thing about this is there are some dies that will cut out the greeting, so you can stamp that greeting. But if you want to do a cardstock version of the greeting, you can buy this stamp and die set together, and that lets you also have a cardstock layer. So I just show that because there wasn't really, it didn't make sense to just do that to cut this out without having these two word dies that cut out the same thing. They just come out a little bit, I think, thinner and a little more delicate. So there's that. Then I have this classic leaf ring, and a good old-fashioned leaf wreath can be really great. And I don't have one that looks like this. It's all attached, but there's also an extra leaf die so you can build up more layers on your core wreath. I think that's a really clever little die. And then I also have this plate. This is a weaving plate. It is just to add a little texture to my panel that I'm going to build everything on. So let me show you what I have cut out already. I did a little pre-cutting to save some time here. And what I have are 3 wreaths, a medium pink and light pink, and a gold layer as well. And I'm gonna glue these all together, I think. And then I'm going to add extra leaves into the wreath just to give it a little more substance. And I went ahead and used the die from the Just Saying set that I showed you, because I think this would look very cute. And also, don't forget the tittles, the little dots above the J and the I, right? I saved those in this little tray, and I'm going to hopefully not lose these. Now there is a shadow layer, and I don't know if I'm going to use the shadow layer yet, but I want to show you how cool these little leftover pieces from the wreath look. Isn't that kind of funky and graphic? I was like getting ready to put them in the recycling, and I'm like, you know what? You could actually do something with that design, and I may just do that. So I'm going to set those aside. But let's go ahead and start by taking this white piece of cardstock. Okay, this is trimmed to be 3 3/4 by 5 inches. I'm going to line it up right here in the center, and I may tape it just so it doesn't shift at all. I want this to be perfectly centered. And what I'm going to do is run it through my die cut machine so that I can get that fun pattern. Let me run this through and show you what it looks like. All right, I'm just gonna peel this like that and look at this cool pattern that is placed into my cardstock. And that's what I wanted, just something kind of cool. And I'm going to actually put this in a book so this can get nice and flat while I'm gluing all of my other things. I'm going to build this in layers, I think. So I need to start with the base layer, which is going to be a white note card. So it will be top folding, and I'm going to score this right here at 5.5 inches. Right there. And fold this down. I guess I don't need that tape on my wrist. I often collect tape while I'm crafting. Just sort of happens, and now I can't find my bone folder. Well, let's use this one. Oh, there it is. All right. All right, give this a nice little press and make sure that is folded. I'm gonna tape this closed because this needs to stay flat while I'm working. I need my panel, and I'm going to pop it up with some foam. Let's see if it's flattened out enough. So I'm gonna show you, I use the same book I have for years. And what I'll do is I'll put something that I want to be flatter, whatever that is, in my book, and then I just put it under something heavy. That's my story. My sandwich was really tight, so as you can see, this definitely gives me a very cool pattern. So what I'm going to do is get some foam tape. I'm going to go from edge to edge. It even looks like I accidentally cut a corner off, and I think that'll be okay. So let's take some tape right to the edge here and get it so this can help to flatten it out. And this is something that I love this type of foam tape for, is just getting things flatter. Like, let's say you've been watercoloring or doing messy painting things on a panel, right? Sometimes it can be a little warped, and foam tape really does help to flatten it out. You can also use fun foam. That will basically do the same thing and probably is less expensive, but I love this foam tape, so I use it a lot. All right, we're going to get right on that edge. We're not going to worry about that little tiny corner. That's kind of cute. It just got missed. Oh, it fell off on both top. Oh, it looks like I planned it. Okay, perfect. I am going to pop this up right in the center of this card. And then I'm going to speed up the video a little bit because, you know, I'm going to be just gluing things. And I'll talk to you about building up what I'm going to do on this card. Let's see, I'm going to stand up. It's very sticky. I'm going to pop it down, best of my ability. That. Oh, I'm a little off. Well, it's not too bad. All right, so that looks good. And now we're going to start bringing in the pieces. Well, but do I want to splatter on here? You know what? I'm going to do that before I glue. I'm really loving this new splatter medium. This is the Positively Perfect Gold splatter medium. You really want to shake it up. And then, where's my brush? I like to use a number 2 little cheapy round brush. I guess I could, well, I don't think this is going to get in the way, but let's just push it back in here. You really want to shake it up well. It's got a lot of pigment in it. It's very shiny. And just kind of give it a good this. I also like to stir it a little as well. Oh, my hands are a little slick because I put oil on. Oh, it's a long story. I literally took a shower in between the first part of this video and the last part. It's all, the more you know, right? Okay, I'm going to stir it and get this really mixed up. And then I'm going to put some right here on the place, the glass. And then what I like to do, I just like to take the top part of my brush and clean that off so that I'm not bringing too much spatter. And then I'll just put a little on here. So just that tap, see that? It's so easy. Little taps. It'll be shiny. It'll be pretty. And it's just a little. You don't need to do a ton, but I love this little brush. All right, I'm going to just let that dry. So now I have my weave pattern and a little spatter. All right, now that my spatter is dry, I will go ahead and start building my wreath. I'm using Connect Glue today because it's a lovely liquid adhesive. And the first layer, I'm gluing the leaves and that center connector ring so that it sticks flat down to the base. But for the rest of the layers, I'm just going to put that glue on the center ring because I want the leaves to kind of feel like if you wanted to kind of fluff them or zhuzh them or whatever after this was done, you certainly could. So just on the ring, and then I'm offsetting the leaves just a bit. Just make sure they're not perfectly lined up and you have a layer. I'm just going to clean off that glue from this little piece of Tim Holtz Media Mat so that I can glue again, just getting that ring. Sometimes the glue goes, onto the mat, and so just, stay a little tidy in between. Lay that down, and again, offset that as well. So it's just giving you different layers of dimension on your wreath. Now I'll add single branches, again, just putting the glue on the stem, not the leaves. And I'm going to build this up all the way around. And again, it's just to add some more layers to this. You could do this in multicolors. There are a lot of ways you can build a wreath. I just thought having this two-tone pink with the little gold was really pretty for this simple design. And that finishes out the wreath. All right, so now you can see I have a very full wreath with the pinks and the golds. And I will go ahead now and I'm going to glue all of these together. I have a little extra. I don't know what I'll do with that, but let me glue these, stacking and gluing, so I can show you what the greeting might look like. As I'm preparing this and working on this, I thought to myself, I think a vellum shadow layer could be really pretty on this. Now I don't know this yet because I haven't put it on here yet. Oh, I don't know though now that I'm holding it over. It's hard to say. And actually, you know what I might do? I could do a little mix and match. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on a second. This is just happening in the moment. But I also have I'm Just in these sentiment strips, right? These easy strips. And I kind of want to cut them out just to see what I'm Just and Sand would look like. Because as soon as you put that vellum on, it covers up the wreath. And I like that that this is, you know, similar in color to what's going on. I was thinking I was going to build up some dimension and all kinds of things, but actually this could sit on the wreath beautifully. This is the one that might need a little, yeah, I don't know. Now as I'm looking at that, oh, I think that's really cute now. Shoot, okay. Maybe I don't need to do that. Let me not talk out loud and make the plan. I'm going to use my Easy Strips rectangle dies, just the plain old these guys. There's several, well, there's 4 different versions of this die, and of course they're all designed to cut out the easy strips all at once. So I'm going to run this through my machine so that I have some small sub-greetings to choose. All right, now when I pop these out, oh my goodness, there's, well, they're all, oh, there we go. They cut out. We'll set you aside and we'll flip these over. This is where I do wish I had a little pocket. I don't have a pocket for these because I need to order some, but I don't know which one I'm going to use. Now, let us plan. So I could say, I could do all kinds of things here. I could do Just Saying, Grateful for You, Hello You, Just Saying, I Love You, Just Saying I Love You. I mean, that has kind of a different vibe as well. I Miss You, I Love You. I feel like I need a smaller greeting for this. You wear your age well. I mean, that would be a great birthday card too. So I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. And again, there's all these little greetings as well. But I just thought instead of stamp them, I'm going to use the sentiment strips. And we'll see. Now here's the thing too. Once the easy strips are cut out, if you want, you can shorten them. Sometimes I like to shorten them because I like, oh, I'm going to do I Love You because I can think of someone I could send that to. So we're just going to come in a little bit here and go one little letter over the center right there and cut. And that way you can trim off any excess that maybe you don't need. Oh, wait, get you right over there. Push you in and cut. And then I keep this pen very close at hand. This is a Copic marker. It's T10 is the color. And what I use it for is just to color the sides of these easy strips so they look like they're black all the way through. Because they're printed on a white cardstock with toner-based ink. So you can, again, you can toner these, foil these. You can foil these. I don't foil that often with strips because I just love the starkness, but that finishes off the edge very nicely. And if you use an alcohol marker, it dries instantly. Oh, I do have to figure out the tittles though. Oh yeah, you got to make sure. Where's that tittle gonna go? Oh yeah, Kathy, that's gonna be a, oh, how am I gonna do that one? Well, this one will be fine, right? Because I can glue that right there. Because I'm kind of thinking the I Love You would be so cute down here. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's get the just first. I may have to build up some dimension on the tittle by cutting out a few more. And I'm not, I'm not above that. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to go all in for a tittle. But here, I just need to make sure I have enough glue that's gonna, touch. Oh, wait, where is this going? Hold on a second. No? Okay, most of it's gonna be at the top. All right, like that. And wait, that's not the top. I just did the bottom, didn't I? Yep, I totally flipped it. Okay, let's wipe some of that off. You don't always have to do cards that last this long, but I don't know, sometimes I just go all in, go all in on a card. And that's what we're doing today. I'm not going to press this down so that it sticks to other places. We're going to have it be right about there. And as long as this part is hitting the wreath, let's make sure it's straight. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be fine. And I know it seems like it might be getting a little lost, but trust me, I think it's going to work out great. All right, there we go. Straight and adhere. But hopefully this will be enough to hold it. We shall see. Okay. And then we nestle in our sand just like it was meant to be, and it will kind of span the gap. And I can even pull it kind of tight like that so it does look like it's floating. I don't think it needs any support underneath. Maybe it does, but I'm going to go like that. And I think this may need, no, we're just going to glue this right on too. All right, I'm getting a little wild here because I do have to get the tittles as well. So let's get a strip of glue. So on the back here, liquid glue, I tell you what, it's a card maker's best friend. And then you are just going to center on the wreath. Oh, yeah, like that. Oh, that's so cute. And that just is going to kind of balance right there. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, tittle time. Let's start with, you know what? Let's start by trying to get this eye built up. And I'm going to do this first with all these extra layers and go 1. You know what? This has to be lifted just a tiny bit too. There we go. And 2. See that right there? That's an eye, so it needs to get more lift. And maybe 3. So that and I'll cut out more of these for the other one. But I think right there, that way you can read it, right? And now I can get these 2 up here and get it right over the J. Well, that one has to tilt back a little, I think. Well, we'll see. Okay. Boop. I guess you could technically boop that. It's kind of boopable. Okay. And then one more with the gold. There's a lot happening here. I don't know if I want to embellish any further. But look at that. Oh. So now on this card, look at how sweet this is. We have our just saying, I love you. We have our layered wreath that has different colors of pink and a little gold. We have the gold spatter, little blobbies there, and that beautiful textural pattern. I really don't think I want to put anything else on this. I could see what a few pearls look like, but well, let me just look. I actually really like that. I just grabbed some of the Gina K Designs Pearl Mix, the one that has the 3 different colors and the 3 different sizes. It's just enough, and we'll finish out the card. Boop. Boop. Oh, there we go. We'll pick you up where we need to. Boop. And boop. And the last little guy, boop. And that finishes out the design. let's do a quick design review of today's card. So bring in my overlay grid here, my rule of thirds grid. And you can see here for this card design, the wreath is dead center in the card. Basically, I mean, I think I could be a little, like a 1/16 of an inch down, but you know what? No, wait, no. No, that looks really good. We are in the center. We have a little bit of a diagonal connection here with our little pearls, which I really like to do if there's an opportunity to break something into another quadrant. That's it for balance. And there's a nice, obviously, little margin space here going all the way around, about 1/4 of an inch. And here we've got our repetition. We've repeated our matte gold cardstock with the matte gold leaf layer, gold spatter, and the gold little embellishments. We have a couple different tones of pink repeating, and it's actually really simple. Now, at first I was like, do you know, maybe it's a little hard to read, but honestly, it's really not. Like it's just a little artsy fartsy piece. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, there's a wreath and she's just saying, I love you. And so there's that. But remember how I had those little negative pieces and I said, maybe I'll do something. You want to see what I did with that? All right. My ink isn't completely dry and it'll make sense in a second, but I took the 3 pieces, right? These little insides of the wreaths that are just these wonky shapes, and I cut out a little leaf, the individual leaf die from the wreath, out of the scraps of the cardstock, got every little bit of that cardstock, and then I just used You're a True Original, and again, I did that cool waffle panel, and then on the inside, so it says You're a True Original, just saying. So that's kind of a fun way to use it. And I have to let it dry because I stamped it in the Nocturne and I didn't want to hit it with any heat because I don't want my note card to warp. But that's what I did with the extra. So I'll be sure to take a little picture of that. Let's just let that dry. And that wraps up the card project for today. You can find links to all of the products I used in today's video in the YouTube description box. There you'll find a visual supply list and a link to a blog post that will have photos and the supplies listed there as well. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you, so please hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here is another video you might be interested in checking out, and I will see you in that clip. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.